Okay, I set this little test up. Now my device at the moment, it has to use the narrower configuration, but if you put the actual elements wider apart, obviously I could do that for a scaled up version of my design, but because of my ferrite cores, I can't have them that far apart. But the way around that is to focus the flux into a more narrow point. So by having a narrower piece of steel shim on there, right, having a narrower steel shim, you can focus the flux into a more narrow point, right? Now, the reason for doing that is because of the way this works. As I say, we're focusing the actual blotch wall, or that's the outside edges of the magnet, because they don't like each other. The external, if you've ever broken a magnet in half, you'll know that you can't get them to stick back together again unless you stick them on a piece of steel, because the actual magnet itself will repel itself. So basically it wants to fly apart. Now, we use that to our advantage by directing the flux in such a way that when it passes through the device underneath, it will actually want to leave. It won't want to stay stuck. Now, if I put this on this side, right, on here, now, and I try to tip it over, now you'll see it will slide, right? It won't fall off, right? It's holding its own weight at the moment. But if I turn it the other way around, it falls off. Now, think about that. Gravity. The actual weight of the magnet is the same, but the amount of force on this side, that is the open-ended side, the amount of attraction that wants to hold that magnet in place is weaker on that side than it is on the entry side. So that's why this should give acceleration. As I tilt it gently over, it just falls off. But if I put it on the same one with the pointed end, I put this on this end, right, and I tip it over so that it's, well, I've turned it around now, because there's the pointed end. Now if we turn it around and we face it down, I just want to keep things orientated the right way. Now, I have to shake it to get it to come off, which means there's a greater force on this side. I'm shaking it a little bit. I'll just put my hand underneath so I can catch it, but that's how much extra I have to get it to fall off. So there's definitely more gain on this side of the entry point than there is on the exit point. The exit point, we'll do this again on the arrow. Right, now gently, I'll just turn it around, gently tilt it forwards. Oh, there we go. There was a bit of friction. It took a while for it. If there's friction, as it moves away, it loses grasp and it can no longer stay. It's actually very weak at this end. It's actually very weak at this point down here, but you have to keep it in the middle. Now, that's another aspect that I should mention. Always keep it dead center. It must be guided so that it's exactly in the center. Because if you go side to side, if you go closer to this element on this side, or the element on this side, right, it will want to stay put because it will be attracted to the iron. So the iron has to be, what's the word? Has to be directed away from the magnet at an angle. Anyway, so at this end it's weak. The very poor acceleration this way, you can see, very poor. But if I pull it back a bit, I don't want it to fall off the edge because this is only so big, so I'll have to, well, I'll try and keep it flat. But look, there's more acceleration when I let go. What's that? There's much more acceleration. I can't go too far back, otherwise it'll lose centre of balance. But if you look at the acceleration there, oh, it's gone underneath now. That's what I'm talking about. I really need a longer jig. Right, so as I said again, the acceleration on the exit point, there's virtually none there because it's weak. So the effect on this side is weak. The effect on the entry point is strong. Oops, it's gone underneath again. Anyway, that's another demonstration.